Good morning, happy Monday, everybody. I hope that you're up and at it, ready for an amazing day because it's going to be a phenomenal Monday. It's off to a good start. I'm out here. We got a little special guest out here today. He's not looking at the camera. Curtis Matheson, in case you don't know who that is. So let's turn around here now. So we're out here for a walk. We're getting ready for a workout. And I want to talk to you this morning about, on Daily Words of Wisdom here, from yours truly, Barney Kunze, about the power of commitment. First, I want to share that everybody's human, as you well know, and that we make commitments and then we break commitments. I'm going to talk about that later, about why we make commitments and then break them, because it tells a story. But first, I'm just going to talk about, let me try and get the camera out here as I'm doing my selfie walk. I'm going to use Curtis as an example. This is perfect. I thought about it this morning. I was going to talk about this later, but I thought I'm going to do this today. So first of all, Curtis has been coming to boot camp for a couple months.
Yeah.
Couple months, yeah. Okay. So, and then he had some stuff come up, in December. He was busy, had a lot going on. Some challenging things happened in his life, work-related stuff, working a lot and all this. Just the regular things that slip into people's lives that can disable them from actually committing to something, right? But they're there for a reason. So basically, Curtis, last Monday, I was in Texas. I was at the workshop with Dr. John Demartini and doing master planning. And so I most of you know this, but if not, I'm a holistic health coach and a lifestyle coach and a personal trainer. I used to own gyms, but I sold them. But I've been training personally myself for well over 20 years. I've been coaching professionally for 18 years. And the power of commitment is really important. And so Curtis, I was in Texas and I have some clients that now at home that train in my studio, and I train them in small group training or in boot camp style training. And then, so I was gone, and so I set up a workout for everybody so that they could actually go in. Morning, Jim. So that they could still do their workout when I was gone. And so I set it all up, and then Curtis is like, what did you say? What was your excuse?
I didn't remember. It was so long ago.
Oh, okay. It was 7 days ago. It wasn't that long ago. But he's like, I'm not going to come. So we have a group chat with all of my clients and members that come to my training programs. He's like, I'm not going to come. I'm too tired. I can't make it tonight. And I'm like, bullshit. You get your ass out there. And Adrian and I didn't we, Curtis?
Yeah.
I was like, you get your ass out there, because you said that you want to accomplish this goal, and I'm not allowing you to make up excuses, because that's the stuff that happens, right? Barney's gone. Well, I'm not going to come. I'm like, no, I set up the workout. It's all there. So we all started, as the Australians say, taking the piss out of Curtis, but in an lovable way, with the intention to help encourage them. So we were like, you just can go. You can do it. Get it done. Don't think about it. What's easy to do is easy not to do. So it's easier just to do it. So he made a commitment to me to train, and I'm helping hold him accountable. And I'm sharing this with you because accountability is extremely important. Oh, look at Dawn. Dawn is on. Dawn Linklater she's on her cruise. Hi, Dawn. She's one of our training clients and good friends, so she comes out, but she's on her holidays right now. Anyway, so it was making a commitment to himself, and I'm helping hold him accountable, not necessarily to me, but to some degree to me and to the group. So the point is, we could have just let him slip through and not do the workout, and ultimately life would have just carried on just the same. But it's the small little promises and commitments that you make to yourself are the most important ones. And I say that with a great sense of humility, because I don't always do that. We as human beings don't always do that. But I think that when you're living in your highest values and you're taking the opportunity to really grow, it's best to make a commitment publicly. So I don't know if Curtis has actually done this yet, but to me and to the group, right?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. Well, I went out last Monday.
Okay.
I went for a walk with Kathy Westflapper.
Was it okay? Well, you went out for a walk instead, but it was another time. I think we went out for a walk that other time, but this one time, and I said about coming to the actual boot camp. So anyway, so just stay focused on this part. Is just basically making a commitment, having other people help hold you accountable and remind you of your commitments. And the best thing that you can do is use the the power of pressure, public pressure. I used to say public positive pressure, but public accountability. So posting online saying you're going to do this and you want to ask people to help hold you accountable, or join a gym, or if you're local, you can come train with me. You can get just as much done in 2 or 3 sessions a week. And that's example number one about making a commitment, right? He made a commitment. We weren't going to let him down. And yes, we were, bantering, having fun, taking the piss out of Curtis. But for his benefit, see, look at the smile on his face, right? But the point is he did it. He came out and he did it, right? Because I told him, I said, it's just as easy. This habit and pattern of action of saying you're going to do something and then making an excuse and not doing it is the same thing that goes over into your food, into the other things. So there's a saying, I don't know where it came from, but the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So it's important that you can look beyond the exercise part and just know that when you make a commitment to changing your life, improving your eating or your health, you're going to meet with resistance, you're going to meet with adversity, and it's important to know that it's coming. And then when it happens, you're like, oh, I know what's happening here. I made a commitment and now I'm getting challenged and tested. So you can just smile and be like, okay, this is happening for a reason. I see what's happening here. This situation, this person is trying to challenge me and testing my resolve to sticking to the commitment that I made. So if you're having a challenge in big areas in your life, making a commitment, consider looking. And as I say this to you, I say this to me too, okay? As your humble human being, just sharing some fellow words of wisdom, that consider looking, where are you breaking smaller commitments on a daily basis, or mini commitments, right? So that was a first example with Curtis. The second one was right now. So what did you have to do today? Did you have to work? Were you originally?
Originally supposed to work today, and I ended up I didn't have to work today.
Okay, so originally he was gonna have to work today at 2:30.
Yep.
So he knew he couldn't make it tonight to boot camp tonight at 5:30. So he said, hey, can I train with you on Monday morning? And I said, sure. Like, what time? He's like, I don't know, like 9. I said, no, like, let's do a little bit earlier, because I usually get up and work out between 6 and 7. So then he said 8. I'm like, how about 7? He's like, no, that's too early. I'm like, okay, well, that's when I'm going to be working out. So then I told him, I said, let's meet in the middle. Let's meet at 7:30. But this is the funniest part. So I said, let's meet at 7:30. Let me just change the phone here. So I said, let's meet at 7:30. And little did I know, good morning. Little did I know who was out here this morning at my house at 20 after 7. This guy. And what time were you up this morning?
5 o'clock.
Okay, so this is important. I hope that you're catching this, because I'm utilizing Curtis as a great example that when you make a commitment, it literally shifts and changes your entire life. Because when you look at your life overall, it's really just hundreds, if not millions, of mini split-second decisions. The decision for Curtis last week to not go to boot camp, right? And just say, whatever, Barney, screw off. You're in Texas. I'm not coming anyways. It's not going to make a big difference. That's probably what he was thinking. But he came and did it. We encouraged him, but he still jumped off the fence. That was a decision, right? Making the decision to come this morning started to change, whether he really fully realizes it or not, changes the chemistry in your brain, because when you make a commitment and a decision to do something, it starts to program your psychology and your physiology. So how often do you normally get up at 5 a.m.? Like on the regular when you work days?
Yeah.
Okay. So when he works days, but today he was working nights, I guess that's what it is. But the point is that he was up at 5. So I would just say to Curtis, next time if we do this and you're up at 5, just message me at 6 and you can come over. But he was here at 20 after 7, and we're going back to the studio to work out. And then he's going to look even better than he does right now, right, Curtis?
Damn right I am.
Okay, anyways, so take this lesson, consider where you can apply it in your life, and just take it from me. I'm in the trenches just like you, living life, raising 4 kids with my wife, paying for our nice, beautiful, wonderful home, serving people all around the world, and still finding and making the time for my commitment that I made to myself to not only do these videos, but also for daily exercise. Yesterday I went out for an hour walk because I didn't get it done on Saturday. Not as much, I did, but not as much. But it started to change my brain in thinking I'm going to make sure that I go in and get the job done. Okay, so I like to say this. I think this came from the Marines. improvise, adapt, and overcome. Either way, just get the job done. And remember, stay blessed, stay grateful, stay humble, stay hungry. And later today, or in a couple minutes, we're going to stay sweaty, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, so that's my little words of wisdom for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if not, keep your opinions to yourself. If you did, let me know, and then I can tell my boss and maybe I'll get a raise. See you later.